Also, as you can see, Champion decided to go with us again this year as a marketing partner, just in a little way. I guess we'll start off with
The
this side over
classic
here,
color.
with the Classic Muscle, which is pretty much designed for older cars that sit in your garage, and even though you do your best to keep it from getting condensation in your crankcase, you still get condensation in your crankcase. It's amazing how much condensation you get in your crankcase when the car sits. This oil is designed to keep your internals protected, and we have some parts of our engines that we can show you what happens when you do keep the oil in there and it doesn't protect it from condensation, and it'll be a pretty interesting video how much
Before
rust.
our Champion oil,
Yeah.
we should say.
Exactly. How much rust can get inside your engine just from sitting.
Before we partnered with Champion, even before that, we ran a couple different oils in the past. I don't know if I touched on it before. I think I have, but they weren't bad. But Champion was definitely the best for our application, and we definitely saw it last year when we made the switch over to their 0W30 full synthetic. When I announced that we were going to a 030 at first, I got a lot of heat for this one. People were worried about my clearances. They're like, are your clearances tight enough? And honestly, we won a full season, and the oil looked great at the end of the year. We took it apart. The bearings looked great. It was still blue. We topped it off. I think we put half a quart in it through the entire year. And we ran the one oil. We didn't change it at all. We stayed with the 0, did not change it. We went from April to October, end of October, with the one oil that we put in. Didn't change it at all. Just to see, I know I said it like 4 times, but like really trying to stress that point. Just to see how this product works, because we don't want to sell you something that, or market something that doesn't work.
We really beat the oil up.
Yeah, I mean, I would say
Really
we probably
beat
had
the
at
oil.
least
When you see-
200 passes on
When
the
we
car.
do that video on what the bearings look like, which were excellent in my opinion, and what was in that oil pan, you'll be kind of amazed why the bearings look the way
We had
they
the
do.
oil tested, and it came back, and it really held up to that standard that we set it at. It's a low friction oil, high zinc, which is super important. Everybody stresses zinc, 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 but there's more than just zinc. You're also looking for the molybdenum. You're looking for higher quality base stocks, which is something that Champion promises you. With that full synthetic, obviously you're talking class 5 base stocks, but synthetic blends, even higher quality base stocks than some of the other competitors on the market.
Yeah, you have to be careful with the synthetic blends.
Yeah,
We
you
can
want
have
the
something
you
to
want
show
a
you.
higher quality synthetic blend base stock.
Not a class 3 hydro cracked. It's deceiving.
Yeah.
Trust me.
They a lot of people don't ask questions about those base stocks. So even though if you look at some other oils and they're like, well, Champion doesn't run as much zinc as some other oils, they have better base stocks. They have that molybdenum. So that's what really makes Champion a huge competitor in the market for
And
you to
zinc
look
is
into.
not a friction reducer. It is an anti-wear additive. So zinc isn't going to make the oil more slippery. So, but it is
Moving
going to
on.
protect your engine.
Moving on, Modern Muscle.
No zinc.
No zinc. If you have zinc in your car, if you have zinc in your oil and you're putting it in a
You'll
late
be
model
plating
car,
your
you might
cat-
have a problem
Yeah,
there.
you'll be plating your catalytic converter. not
So we have 2 here. We have the 5W30 and we have the 0W40. They're a little different. The 5W30 is specifically built for GM LS crate engines, turbocharged applications. The 0W40 is built for your Dodge Hemi stuff, your supercharged, turbocharged engines, and more. So make sure you really look into the oil before you purchase it.
and look into your bearing clearances if you did have your engine built by a builder, because that's where your viscosity index really plays an important on how low of a viscosity you can go with is your bearing clearances.
Yeah, so I know we sold a case to a friend of ours that has a Challenger, and he put it on the dyno. He finally made over 1,000 horsepower with his car, and what he noticed between the pulls was the repeatability. It was over and over and over again the same amount of horsepower. Granted, he wasn't at the track. We used to always say the track is the best test of all, but
you really want to get him
he
in
was
that
looking-
new Atco Modern Muscle series.
yeah, he was looking at that repeatability, and that's what the Champion oil promised, and that's something that we saw when we ran the 0 was the repeatability of it. We'll come back to brake cleaner. But you also have the Classic Muscle. 10W30. We talked about, oh, it's over here again. Same thing, 10W30, it's on the other side. Brake-in oil. You want to take this
classic
one?
muscle's the full synthetic too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This one's the synthetic blend. This one's the
Yeah,
full
the brake-in
synthetic.
oil. Everybody needs a brake. This is where you need the zinc, and you need to put it in, get your rings to seat, and take it out. And this is one I used. I was trying to put some of it in, but it kind of gives you your. What's kind of neat about this brake-in oil or the other brake-in oils that I used before was when you ever use your oil additives that everybody tells you not to use, how stringy it is. This oil has that little bit of that tackiness to it, which is kind of cool. You know, like which is something that okay, I can mix this in with my engine assembly lube and make it a little bit thinner, so I don't feel all engine assembly drag when I'm building my engine. So it worked out. It worked out very well. It's the engine seated up fast.
Next thing that's pretty cool, we have the RX5 454 penetrant,
Which I
and
would
we
buy
have the
just for the
brake
number.
cleaner. And we have the brake cleaner. What storage you on at? AutoZone? Some of the other ones.
Yeah, AutoZone is currently carrying, which we didn't get, was the Champion foaming engine cleaner because
Yeah, the degreaser.
obviously there's a foaming engine cleaner shortage now also. AutoZone's carrying it.
It's the same product, it just has a slightly different
It
logo.
did work very well. Because what's nice about, again, that is you can kind of smell like the kerosene in it, so when you are cleaning your fresh engine that just came from the machine shop, you don't have the problem of the immediate rust when you're trying to dry the engine off. And again, the RX 454 penetrant worked also good for spraying it down quick to get the water off of it before you blow it off of there.
Again, same brand, different logo. If you find it at AutoZone.
Well, again, and the brake cleaner comes two different ways, which is kind of interesting. This is non-chlorinated, so this is basically what you're going to get in 48, 49 states. They also make a chlorinated brake cleaner, which in my personal opinion is better. Unfortunately, the government doesn't think it likes the ozone, so the only place that you're allowed to sell that is in the state of Connecticut. So I don't know what's going to happen when we go to... trust me. I don't know what's going to happen to us when we drive through Connecticut with non-chlorinated brake cleaner. I guess we're allowed to transport it, just getting sprayed.
Moving on before he gets us in trouble. Champion 20W50 synthetic blend, high zinc, low friction. This is the oil we're gonna run in my dragster. Specifically because we don't know the clearances with that engine. We didn't build that one. It kind of fell into our lap, and it's been sitting in my garage wrapped up for the last couple of years. So hopefully it'll be out this year. That's the goal. And I'll have the 20W50 in the car, where my Fox body runs a 0W30. We built that engine. We know those clearances. We know what that oil does for that engine. We're just going to play it safe with the dragster since we didn't build this one and stick with the 20W50.
And plus, too, it's recommended very highly for alcohol engines, and this may be an alcohol engine.
Yeah, right now, the engine for the dragster is an alcohol engine, so want to stick with something
change.
that works.
We don't know.
Yeah, we might switch it back to gas, but we're going to stick with alcohol for now. Last couple things. We have the 10W40. I know this is a common one that is used in drag racing. We have a couple of cases of this, so if you are interested in it, we have a couple cases. If you want to try it out, let us know. Get in contact with me. Also, if you want to buy any of this stuff, you can go to Premier Lubricants with Scott Baubie. He can definitely help you get the products you need.
Or if
and
you're
he's
local,
very
you got it.
knowledgeable.
Extremely.
If you're local to us too, we can always get it to you. Just let us know what you're looking for. And last up, before I think we go to the drum, I think that's
Drum
what?
yes. And then the 1030s. Both of these are synthetic
20
blends, so the
W50.
cost to get into this is a little bit cheaper. But again, you do have much better base stocks in it than most. You have to be extremely careful with synthetic blend oils that are out there.
Yeah, I mean, you might look at some other brands and like, oh, well, that's super high zinc. Well, this is high zinc too, but you're also talking higher quality base stocks than some other competitors on the market.
Which means less zinc. You
So
can get away with less
you're
zinc.
like, well, so-and-so has more zinc. Well, they have less base stocks. If they're not telling you their base stocks either, they either don't know them or they're proprietary, which to me, they don't want you to know them, and that might not be a good thing. So Champion will openly tell you about their base stocks. So that means they're good base stocks. You're talking 4 and 5 on the blends. So definitely take a look into Champions if you're talking for or looking for a synthetic blend. And then we have the drum too. Of the
Yeah,
20
and
W50.
some of these oils are available in 5 and 54 gallon drums. As you can see, we picked up a 5. Since it was a lot cheaper than buying quarts, but you still need quarts for your trailer.
So we're super excited to partner again with them this year, not just because of the oil that they're giving us, but we know that it works. That's the biggest thing in today's day and age. You want oil that's going to protect your engine. You're talking parts that are not always what they were a couple of years ago. You're talking COVID parts, so you want to make sure you're putting high quality oil in to protect your engine and keep the longevity of it so you can keep going throughout the season.
And depending on your engine combination, it is kind of amazing how much power you can pick up with oil. It has been documented,
determined.
But
We have an idea.
Yeah, we're going to test that. We're going to test that theory again.
Before
We tested
we
it last
put it
year,
out
but
again.
we don't want to confirm it yet. So.
We're gonna try to confirm it this year, but alright. So again, if you're interested in any of these products, you can reach out to me, Scott Baubie, Champion directly. They have a fantastic tech person.
Yeah,
to
he
help you
actually
out.
answers you.
And he will answer you. He'll get back to you pretty fast. So if you're interested in anything, shoot me a message. Or Scott Baubie also